Hello, hello. Wow, there's people, right? What I do on YouTube is I look at this little webcam, right? And there's no one there. I'm not scared, right? Because there's no one, there's no reactions, you know. If somebody is like looking at me going, then I don't, I can't see that. So as far as I'm concerned, what I'm doing is fine. But now I've got some form of barometer that if what I'm saying is cringy, I'll see it in your faces. So anyway, so this is me, Suppoman. My name's Michael Suppo. I kind of accidentally fell into success with a cryptocurrency YouTube channel. So my show is called Savage Cash. And typically what I do at the beginning of a video is I sing. Do you want me to sing? You do? Okay. Da 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 da. I got the power! Yeah! Thank you. I was a little nervous you wouldn't react to that. Anyway, so I'm here today to talk about marketing because I guess I am marketing in a way because, like I said, I accidentally fell into success. I've had this channel for a year. I had about 100 subscribers when I started it, and I started doing like these kind of like motivational videos, like starting from nothing. What do you do? Where do I want to be in 10 years' time? Where do you want to be in 10 years' time and all that? And it was getting about 50 views, 70 views. Now, I already have another channel. And on that channel, I've got 160,000 subscribers. It's about Minecraft, though, so don't judge me, right? But anyway, so I was new to this. And I was also new to getting so few views. And then one day, I did a cryptocurrency video because I'd just gotten into it. I made this trade on Ripple when it was 0.08 of a cent and got out of it at 42 cents. And I put $2,000 into that trade, and it made me a lot of money, right? And I loved cryptocurrency, so I thought, right, well, let's share my journey in cryptocurrency. And a year later, 147,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. So I also do this. So I teach online. And really, I've been on Udemy now 2 years. And Udemy is an online education platform. And I was doing like Facebook ads and Google AdWords and how to build a YouTube channel and all of that. But I was getting nowhere on this site. Nowhere. I was really hustling. And then when I brought out a cryptocurrency course, all of a sudden people flocked to me on Udemy. And I became one of their top instructors. So cryptocurrency, in essence, has been very kind to me. So anyway, enough about me, because it gets a bit boring after a while, doesn't it? So like I said, I'm going to be talking to you about marketing, because what has led to my success is marketing, I would say, because I'm not your average. Well, put it this way: I've got no financial background. When I made a cryptocurrency video, I had no financial background. I'd never done technical analysis. I had never looked at stocks in any detailed way. So in essence, there should have been no reason why I did well doing cryptocurrency videos. But it's all in the personality, I guess is what it came down to. Because I sung at the beginning of videos. I say, smash up ye old likes. And then, of course, that gets engagement. And lots of people comment and emotionally react to me. So anyway, let's move on. So, like I said, I think that marketing is what led to my success. And on a day-to-day basis, the first task that I've got to do is attract people to watch my video, right? Because on YouTube, it's very much a case of the first port of call that people have with you is that they see your thumbnail, and then they see your title. And unless they click into that video, they will never watch it. So how you get views is through your thumbnails. So as you can see, in each of the thumbnails, you've got me like, or going, you know what I mean? So you've got all these expressions. You don't just have me going like that or smiling in a normal way. You've got me making these really extreme reactions. And that is like one of the key reasons why like my channel has grown. Because on YouTube, I'm like number 5 of all the cryptocurrency channels there are. Some of you would have probably heard of the others. DataDash, Doug Polk, Box Mining, who else? Ivan on Tech, and then me. We're the top 5. But in terms of views, who do you think's number 1? Somebody shout it out. Go on. Yes, me. So I'm number 5 for subscribers. So DataDash has 300,000 subscribers. I've literally got half of DataDash. But for views, I've got more than everyone. And this is the reason why, right? Because people can't help but look at these titles, you know, like number 1 ways to maximize profit and blah, blah, blah. So the first thing that I do then, so I'm going to take you through my 5 golden nuggets. So I'm getting to the point now. So number 1 is attract and retain attention. Okay, now I'm going to try and make this as relevant because I don't know what each and every one of you do. I'm going to kind of talk about, you know, try and make it relevant, I guess, as far as being a cryptocurrency is concerned. So if you are a cryptocurrency, you have a community, I'm going to try and make it as relevant to that as possible. So the thing that I do in order to make people take notice of me, and I'm the product, essentially, so I guess from the perspective of being a cryptocurrency project, people need to get attention for their projects. There are tons of cryptocurrencies now. There's 1,600. You know, you've got to stand out. I mean, it's not like the early days. You've got to really stand out. And so one of the ways of doing that, really, is attracting and retaining attention. So we live now in this culture where people are after instant gratification, okay? So put it this way. I feel kind of, like right now, I feel like I've kind of got to just keep your attention, because if I don't keep your attention, you're just going to walk out, right? So I've got to keep your attention and retain it. And it's a very difficult thing to do. You know, if I look at children's programs when I was 10 years old, right, they were, like, compared to nowadays standards, rubbish, right? But I loved them. I sat all the way through and watched these programs. This was like 90s, okay? I'm not that old. But it was like the 90s. But I've got a 12-year-old son, and if I make him watch something I used to watch when I was 12, after 2 seconds, he's bored, and he walks out of the room. And he doesn't want to know, because he says, this is rubbish. How did you like this, right? And so the reason why is because, you know, TV and YouTube and social media give these bursts of information very quickly, and it keeps you engaged. And if you're not kept engaged, then you turn off, right? So there's this constant pressure of being always entertaining. So another thing that I add, I guess, is entertainment. So if you look at other channels, it's mainly information and, you know, education. You know, educating you on whatever, smart contracts, blockchain technology, whatever. But one of what I add, I think, is a huge proportion of entertainment, right? So that's how I try and retain attention. So people have come to watch me, they've seen my wild thumbnails, and then they stay because I kind of act entertaining and all that kind of thing. Next bit is treating the community like gold. Now this is the bit I want to spend a little bit of time on. So I am an investor in cryptocurrency projects, okay? So I go on the Telegram channels of each and every one of my investments, right? And what do I see? Okay, I see a mix. It all depends on how new they are and if they fucked up yet. Okay, so what I mean by that is that, you know, a new cryptocurrency, it's got this novelty factor. People are still bullish on it. It's not put a foot wrong. And this is true of a recent cryptocurrency that I invested in called Quark Chain, and people were like really buzzing about it. I mean, the Telegram group had 80,000 people in it, and you know they were gold, cryptocurrency gold, and then they messed up. They dropped 32 million or something like that, and people were thinking it was the team cashing out, even though they're supposed to have it locked up. Now I don't know the truth or not. But what happened as a result of that is people hated them. They fucked up, right? And so everybody turned against them. So that's an example of like how quickly people switch from being all of a sudden really excited to hating a project. So, and I think a big reason why that doesn't get rectified quickly is because the communities aren't treated like gold by these cryptocurrencies, okay? So, you know, they either don't respond effectively or publicly enough, or they just don't address the big elephant in the room. And so therefore, the community turns on them or leaves them. Now, that's happened to me recently. If you watch me, you'll probably know what I mean. But I sold a Udemy course recently, which people didn't expect to have to pay for, right? And the community turned on me. And I had this choice where I could either respond how Suppoman responds, which is saying, all right, well, if you hate me, bugger off. And if you love me, stay, right? But I didn't do that. I was genuinely sorry. And I said I'm sorry, and it took a while to regain that trust back, but you can do it. And that's because I realized at that point just how much the community meant to me. They made me, and they continue to help me grow. So treating the community like gold is like just a massive thing in marketing. It's a massive marketing task, and it's got to be done. Otherwise, people can turn on you, and that's when you lose them. Turn up regularly and connect. So I do a YouTube video every day. Maybe not so much recently, but I have done for the last year, gone every day. And I just turn up, and it's not just a case of turning up and saying, this is what's happening in the market, or this is a new cryptocurrency, here are the positives, the negatives, and all that. But I also, every now and again, just give a little bit of me. You know, who am I? Like as a person, as a parent, as a eccentric person, you know, people get a little bit out of me. And so turning up regularly and connecting means that on an emotional level, people don't just feel, oh, I'm following him for his advice or whatever. Well, not advice, actually. Opinion. But people are actually following me for me, you know, because they like me. And I think that when it comes to building a community and marketing, you've got to kind of show the real you. Otherwise, it's faceless. And that's the thing with cryptocurrencies right now, is that it is very faceless. You know, if you look at it on CoinMarketCap, or if you go on Telegram, it's faceless. There's text, but it's faceless. You don't see faces. You don't connect on a human level. And so therefore, when things go wrong, that emotional connection isn't there. So that's what I certainly try and do, and I think it's probably one of the things that have kept people loyal, but also hurts people when I make a mistake. But I turn up regularly and just try and connect each and every time. And then this is one of the principles that have worked on me the best, okay? Do what works on you. So if you're in marketing, or if you have any form of marketing responsibility, doing what works on you is like one of the best strategies ever. So let me give you an example. I don't want to offend anybody, any of the speakers, because I'm sure they've been really good here. But when I go to a conference or something, I tend not to watch any of the talks. I just tend to come to mine and then bugger off, right? Which sounds really bad, I know. But the reason why is because sometimes when I go to these conferences, I mean, you know, sometimes people take a long time to get to the point, or they're really dry, or they're talking in a really monotonous way, and I just can't deal with that. So I can't stay, and so that doesn't work on me. Therefore, I don't use it. So I don't talk in that way, I suppose. So I try and talk in this way, which puts some people off and maybe puts you off. Hopefully not. But anyway, so doing what works on me works for me. Okay, so one thing that I do a lot of is teasing. Now, if you guys are in the cryptocurrency community, then you will be aware of Verge. Who's aware of Verge? Just show your hands if you know Verge, the cryptocurrency. Does it? I've got 5 there.
Oh, clock's wrong, sorry.
So anyway, Verge.
I'm teasing you right now, but I'm serious too.
Oh, right, okay, fine. So Verge, they teased everybody with this announcement. So I've got to talk quickly now. Verge teased everybody with this announcement. And it crashed Twitter when they actually announced it. So for weeks they were saying, we got this announcement, we got this announcement. The announcement was that they partnered with this porn website, right? But they teased it, and that teasing works. So when you say that you're going to reveal something and you don't reveal it for ages, people just get the demand really builds, and then you launch it and then bang, really works. And they and Tron are the only ones that do this, and it's the best tactic. Last thing. Last thing.
Can we get his back? Can we get his last one back? We want to make sure we get all 5. Sorry, I'll give you. We're going to give you the.
That's
time.
quite right. That is quite right. Last thing.
There it is.
Last thing. Evoke emotion. Okay. So this is probably something I do the best. I make people either laugh, cringe, feel angry, feel excited, feel passionate, feel hyped. And I think that is one of the key things in marketing, is when you make somebody feel something right there. Normally, if somebody just makes you laugh at the beginning of a presentation, it warms you up to them. If they don't connect at any point throughout the presentation, you don't connect with them, and you don't listen to them. So evoking emotion is just one of those powerful things that I try and do all the time, whether it's a positive or negative emotion. Anyway, I think that's it. I think I've got my time up. So thank you very much.
Where do they go?
Thank you.
YouTube. What's the handle? The handle for your channel.
So on YouTube, you just type in Suppoman, and you look for this picture. There's another picture which is like a cartoony picture, and that's my Minecraft channel. Don't go to that, please. And then also I'm on Twitter as well. So
awesome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
You're off to where now? You're heading somewhere else, aren't you?
Bed.
Bed.
San Francisco tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. I know Danielis and the rest of the crew is very grateful. And thanks, guys. Follow him online, YouTube, and at Udemy if you want to learn some good stuff. Michael Suppo.
Thank you very much.